Welcome to the Use What Works series. This is a VCU-ACE early childhood resource. The topic for this video is teaching routines. Some children with ASD may not be as independent throughout the day as other children. It will be important to think about your day as a whole and consider the activities that your child can do independently, the tasks that your child needs a little help with, and the steps that your child cannot do yet. Once you've thought about which parts of the day your child could use a little more support in learning a new routine, you'll have to consider what you, as a parent or caregiver, will do. There are many ways to teach young children how to do something. However, when it comes to children with ASD, research has shown that there are some very effective strategies and practices. These are called evidence-based practices, or EBPs. There are many different kinds of EBPs, but in this video, we'll use just 4: task analysis, visual supports, prompting, and reinforcement. Let's start with task analysis. This may sound complex, but it is actually really simple. A task analysis is simply breaking down a task into all the steps needed to complete it. Every routine has different steps, so you'll want to know what are the steps of the routine you want to teach, and you'll want to know how many steps your child needs to learn that routine. Look at it this way. I can say go brush your teeth, and it sounds like one big step, right? But in reality, I could break a toothbrushing routine down into this many steps. Look at this. Look how many steps there are on the screen. Go to the bathroom, stand at the sink, get toothbrush, open toothpaste, put toothpaste on toothbrush, put lid on toothpaste, turn on the water, get toothbrush wet, turn off water, brush teeth, brush front of teeth, brush side of teeth, brush bottom teeth, brush top teeth, brush the back, brush your tongue, spit, turn on water, rinse toothbrush, turn off water, and put toothbrush away. I could actually make even more steps than this, but the screen is only so big. Some children will need you to break down the task into very small steps. Other children may not need the task broken down so much and can use fewer steps. As you can see, this example only has 7 steps. Brush front of teeth, brush side of teeth, brush bottom teeth, brush top teeth, brush the back, brush your tongue, put toothbrush away. This set is focused more on the quality of the brushing than all the other steps. Every child is different. If you aren't sure where to start with listing all the steps of a task, do the task yourself. And as you move throughout the task, write down everything you do along the way. Then consider how much support your child needs when you do this task together. Are you helping with every single action and movement? Or are you just filling in here and there? Write down all the challenges your child needs help with and go from there. Another evidence-based practice includes visual supports. A visual support is simply a way to present information, concepts, or ideas visually rather than just saying it. Most young children with ASD can benefit from visual supports in some way. A visual support helps make information more concrete. If you tell a child to do something, the information you just said goes away the instant you are done talking. But a visual support is something concrete that a child can look at again and again and again until they understand what to do or how to do it. Let's take all the steps we've decided a child needs to learn in order to brush their teeth independently. Now, we can pair a visual with each step and help the child refer to this concrete information again and again while they learn. Notice how this visual support uses words and pictures. This is important because we never know when a child might start reading. Visual supports need to be individualized for each child and can look differently for everyone. Some children might need the real objects that will be used in the task set up in order. Other children might be able to use photographs of all the objects put in order from start to finish. And yet other children will be able to use icons or drawings like the visual support we just used. Also, keep it simple. Add words, but not sentences. Another evidence-based practice that is used to help teach children with ASD is called prompting. A prompt is simply a cue or instruction that is given before or during a person's action or response. An example of this might be pointing to the toothbrush when your child forgets the next step in brushing their teeth. There are many different types of prompts, including verbal prompts, modeling prompts, gesturing prompts, a partial physical prompt, and a full physical prompt. Many parents are pretty familiar with verbal prompts, as we all tend to tell our children, "Hey, did you pick up your room?" Or "Don't forget to put your shoes in the closet." However, a verbal prompt may not always be the most appropriate for the situation. Sometimes a child with ASD can get overwhelmed by hearing too much language at once. Sometimes a child needs an adult to model the skill, and other times they just need a quick and quiet gesture. And other times, a child needs more physical assistance and might need hand-over-hand help in completing a step. You can start by modeling the skill yourself. This is always a great idea for families. However, it's important to know that some children with ASD need more support than just seeing a parent or caregiver do the skill. Imitation can be difficult for children with ASD, so you'll likely need to add in something more than just saying, "Okay, now it's your turn." As the child starts the routine and forgets a step, try quietly pointing to the item they missed, like their toothbrush. If the child is still stuck, try tapping on the toothbrush. Be sure to wait quietly in between each step. Remember, too much language can overwhelm a child with ASD. Prompting should be an efficient strategy and does not require elaborate gestures or long discussions of what to do. Keep it simple. Some steps, like brushing side to side or brushing in circles, may require more hand-over-hand type of support. This is because some steps require more motor skills, and young children may not have the ability just yet to turn on sinks or brush in a specific way. Placing your hand over theirs as you guide them in how to move may be helpful. The last important evidence-based practice is called reinforcement. Reinforcement is simply something we can use that increases the chance that a desired behavior will occur again. In other words, anytime we use reinforcement, we make a behavior stronger or increase the chance that the child will do it again in the future. There are many different types of reinforcement, and every child will be different in what motivates them to keep going, to keep learning, and to keep using what they've learned. Some children are motivated by an activity, like swinging, while others might like the slide better. Some children might be motivated by an item like access to an iPad, while others prefer a computer. And some children might be motivated by food like candy, where another child prefers a little bit of cookie. And finally, some children are motivated by attention from other people like mom or dad or grandma and grandpa. Every child will be different, so it will be important to understand what motivates your child. It's also important to understand that reinforcement is not bribery. Bribery happens in the middle of a situation and is used by an adult to stop a tantrum or to get a child out to the car. We've all been there. But reinforcement is different. This is planned ahead of time. It is thought out, and the type of reinforcement that is considered matches the difficulty of the task. And to be honest, some of these tasks can be difficult for a child with ASD to complete. From this perspective, we are rewarding a child for a job well done and reinforcing the notion that they can do this again and again. Remember, those with ASD thrive in routine environments. Teaching routines simply utilizes the strengths of children with ASD. With the right support, a child can quickly learn different routines. Once a routine has been learned, the child with ASD can focus on the content of a task rather than the steps. And finally, teaching routines helps reduce anxiety, helps the child know what to do, and increases independence. If you still need help understanding concepts that we've discussed, like reinforcement, you'll want to watch the following VCU-ACE video resources: How to Incorporating Strengths and Interests, and the how-to video on motivating individuals with ASD. If your family is struggling with routine because of a disruption, you'll want to watch the following VCU-ACE video resources: How to Dealing with Changes, and the video A Day in the Life, maintaining routines in difficult times.